Water. All right. 3, 2, 1. Let's roll. What's going on, guys? It's your boy Burrow77 coming to you live with Josh. Josh and I have been talking about getting you guys some college basketball content the last couple of times I was a guest on his show. Well,
right.
Here it is.
That's
I'm
right,
going to bring you guys some college basketball. We're going to get right into it. Josh, thank you so much for giving me a platform.
Dude, thank you for coming on, man. This is a lot of work. So, no, it's all good. I appreciate you doing it. I just wanted to say that for everybody. Like, I'm freaking pumped, man. When you were, like, down to do this for college hoops, you know what you're talking about, man. There's a lot to cover there. So, good on you for taking that load on for us. And we'll get it this season, man. I'm pumped to have you.
Appreciate it. Yeah, we're going to go over a little bit of what I did yesterday. So for those of you who don't know, I'm really active on Twitter. I have a Discord. I do official picks all over the place. Now I'm going to bring them to you here on YouTube. So we'll get through some of the best bets. Yesterday, I was on Lipscomb money line. That one fell through for me because Eastern Kentucky just had a career night shooting the 3-ball. It stinks. They were at home in their own gym. It happens. Stony Brook, Northeastern. I was right. If either team got offensive rebounds, that would have gone over, but they weren't getting offensive rebounds. They were just going the other way and switching bricks on bricks on bricks on bricks all night. Yep. JMU got us an absolutely exhilarating backdoor cover because they make their free throws. And if you listen to this show, it's going to sound like a recurring theme, but that's because free throws are so important in college basketball. We'll get to it. Washington, as a favorite at home, lost last night to Oregon. I got to show a little more respect to Oregon. That was a big game that they put together.
Oh, yeah.
Season record yesterday, obviously 1-3, minus 1.15 units. In 2024, we're 6-8. Minus 1.4 units. 2023, we're 56-1-44, plus 4.39 units. And then for the season, we're 62-1-52, up just shy of 3 units. Just to be clear, I'm a pretty high volume bettor, especially when we get into Saturdays. As you saw, we have 145 games Saturday. We're only going to scratch the surface. We're going to talk about 4 of the early games here, but I will have much more volume going all the way till 10 p.m. And that's why I only play half units on college basketball. Yep. You can see down below, risk half a unit on plus 100 or better to return half a unit on minus 101 or shorter.
So, yeah, I just want to jump in because it was hilarious to be looking at a 145-game slate on the first ever Land Your Bets graphic with that many games, where, like, earlier today I was putting out an NBA one with 14 games and it was like, it's hard to cover all this shit, man. And then I was like, oh, okay, I look like a chump with 145 games on the slate. So, yeah, let's get it, dude.
Yes, sir. And these are all going to be early ones. So we're getting right to it at noon. Big noon kickoff here, and we're taking the Road Dogs UNC on the money line. You can get plus 120 right now on Bet Rivers. I already have this locked in. I'm not sure how this line's going to move, but UNC is exceptional at the free throw line. They draw contact in the top 50 in the country. They're 41st best in the country at drawing contact and getting to the line, and they make a top 25 in the nation. They're actually 25th, 71.1% of their free throws. So these guys are not only getting the contact and getting to the line, they're converting them into points. Clemson is also really good at the free throw line. They don't get there nearly as often, and UNC is exceptional at not getting people to the free throw line. When they defend vertical, they defend hard. They get turnovers. They clog the passing lanes with busy hands, and they'll pick your pocket if you're lazy on the dribble. But they do not force contact, and they will not put you at the line. So if this comes down late in a tight game and UNC's trying to nurse a 2 or 3 point lead, I'm extremely confident that they're going to hold on to it because these guys are so ice cold at the free throw line. like Nova, and there's very other few teams better than these guys. They also clean up the glass a lot at both ends of the floor. UNC is really good at turning second chance baskets into points. They have big men. They convert. When you give them second opportunities, they're converting at a really high rate. I really like this matchup. They both play super fast. It's going to be a high-paced match. I see a lot of baskets at both ends, but UNC, more of the blue blood of these two in a great ACC North Carolina, South Carolina rivalry.
Yeah, love it, and I do like to sort of bet pace in this matchup, and UNC usually solid play for them, right? The outcome is often going to favor them in that type of the style of game. So I'm with it on the money line there for North Kakalaki to get this one.
The one thing I will say too is Clemson sometimes can play a little better defensively because they will switch to a 3-2 zone, and a lot of college kids have trouble with zone. UNC just walked into Syracuse and punked them by 20, so they're not going to have very much trouble with the zone, in my opinion. Moving on, we have Kentucky heading to Florida in the Swamp, SEC rivalry game. Love conference play. It's the Swamp. Everybody knows this place is going to be lit. It's going to be loud. The Gators are decent this year. I'm not going to lie. And this is going to probably be one of the fastest paced games of the weekend. Both of these guys are in the top 25% in the country in pace metric and possessions. Where this game's going to be won and lost, in my opinion, is at the free throw line. Kentucky makes their free throws. Florida gets there a ton, but they make one of bottom of Division One, bottom 10% of Division One, 65.4% at the free throw line. That is atrocious. UK is going to challenge Florida here on the boards as well. They're going to limit their second chance points, which is good because that's where Kentucky, they do have big guys that like to bang in the paint, and that's where they tend to pick up a lot of those fouls. Those big guys don't convert their free throws, and Kentucky is pretty good at keeping guys off the free throw line as well. Florida will be challenged on the glass, offense or defensively too. They just don't come down with a lot of boards on either end of the floor. UK puts up a ton of shots. They put them up early and often. They're getting just north of 88 attempts up per 100 possessions down the floor. That's what we talked about with pace again, but they're extremely efficient with those shots, and they're making them at almost a 50% clip. For college shooters, that's absolutely unreal. So yeah, Kentucky here, I know it's the Swamp. I know it's tough. I know it's an SEC blue blood rivalry game, but you're giving me, I don't even want the 1.5 here. All that does for me is give me a hook. I'm taking the money line at plus 104.
Yeah. And you're saying Bet Rivers is the best place to get the money line there at the top?
Yeah, FanDuel had it, but it was even money for 4 cents on the dollar. They also hung +1 there, which +1 doesn't do anything for me because you're just buying a push there. Right. So it doesn't do anything for me. Just take the money line.
Yeah. I'll be watching this game. I am going to get an NBA video up right before this game goes on for sure, because I'm out here on the West Coast too. So I got to get up a little bit early to get that video up for the NBA, and then I can just sit there and watch about 3 hours, 3 hours, however much the wife lets me get in. And this game will be on the big screen for sure. That's not even a question.
Nice. Now we're going to your alma mater. We got Georgia playing Missouri. Now, right now, the line is at under 145.5. I would probably wait on this just because college over-unders, they release, I got this right at 3 p.m. when it came out, when I was trying to put stuff together for this video. They normally release low and then get bet up closer to tip. So you're probably going to be able to get I would say 146.5, maybe 147. Anything higher than that, I would kind of grab onto this. But I would just kind of wait and see what the market does on this. I don't typically see over-unders coming down the longer they're released, unless it's a standout line. But a lot of offshores who are very sharp came out with these lines early. So I don't see a ton of market movement until the money starts moving. Anyway, we're taking the under here because both of these teams have elite defenses. They do individually okay things at offense. Like Georgia gets to the free throw line a ton, but they don't make any of their free throws. Missouri doesn't get to the line a ton, but when they get there, they make their free throws. Missouri will bang in the paint too. Like they do have a big paint presence that I am a fan of, but both teams lack any offensive rebounding and second chance point opportunities. They both aren't very good at 3-point percentage, but they chuck up a lot of threes. These are both just really sound defensive teams, and it's going to be a rock fight. So SEC rock fight, I see this drifting up, which is in our favor. We're going to buy the under later.
My bad. I was on mute there. I was saying you typically think public perception probably leads you to believe this. I would believe that the public perception often would go, okay, these two teams have historically played at a bit faster of a pace as well. And so, like you said, you can wait for that to take place and then go ahead and take advantage by going the other way with an under in this one. It's just that's outdated thinking at this point, to your point, with a lot of missed shots too. And a lack of fast break, then yeah, you're gonna see miss baskets, but still like not that and not very fast pace at that point. So I'm good. I'm definitely good with a 145.5, and I think, like you said, it might get to about 147.5, and that's even sweeter.
Yeah, let's keep it moving. We're going over to some Big East play. Big East is one of my favorite conferences. They're super tough, up there with the Big 12, and it's great to watch college basketball. Unfortunately, we're talking about this one because of an injury. My guy, actually, Bryce Hopkins, shout out Oak Park kid from Chicago, went to, where the hell did he go? He went to Fenwick High School. So shout out people from the OPRF area. But Hopkins blew out his ACL, which sucks, because now you have to play Creighton, and Kalkbrenner is a massive mismatch. Kalkbrenner is a 7'1" center, and he moves super gracefully for a big man. He's got a nice touch around the rim. He gets to work on the offensive glass and is a putback machine. He can work you in the low post. He's got a really nice hook shot inside of like 12 to 18 feet. He's got a little bit of a jumper, and he's going to be aggressive on the boards. The thing here with Hopkins out is Hopkins is a junior 6'7" forward, and the guy coming in to replace him, it's Gaines, I want to say is how you pronounce his last name. He doesn't get a ton of minutes, but he's 6'7", but he's 190, and he's more of a stretch four that's going to stretch out to the perimeter, and he's going to take 3-ball shots. So, Providence center, if he's looking for help defense dealing with Kalkbrenner, he's not really going to get it from that stretch four that's got to come in and take these minutes. He's going to be undersized, and if they go to the help defense, they're going straight to Baylor Shireman, who is a decent senior guard. He's a lefty shooter, so it looks kind of weird. But when this kid gets hot from three, it's absolutely unreal. He gets hot in the clutchest times, too. He starts draining big threes when things get clutch. I think this game will be a bit of a blowout. Like, I could see Creighton running this up by like 20 here. But if Providence, this is a conference game, you are on the road, you kind of want to go out and win this one for Hopkins, especially since you got blown out your last home game after his injury. Like, you kind of want to make a statement here. If this one is close, Shireman threes will be the look. I do think with the Hopkins injury, you have some nice mismatches to look at for player props here, along with, I like Creighton on the -11 at -110. I also really like this as a teaser piece. If you're a guy who likes to do, 4, 4.5, 5, 5.5, 6-point teasers, I think this is a really nice piece because I do think Creighton at home is going to blow the brakes off of these guys.
Hell yeah. No, I'm with it. Yeah. No notes, man. Honestly, let's look at that summary.
Yes, sir. So we're taking UNC on the money line, plus 120 over Clemson. Going to be a tough building to play in. But like I said, UNC makes their free throws, works the glass, and they're just a very good team who's coming off another very nice win in Syracuse. We're taking Kentucky over Florida in the Swamp. We're back in road dogs here because they have the experience, because they do all the things that I like for college kids to win basketball games, and we're getting the advantage on the money line here. We're getting plus money. Georgia at Missouri, we're taking the under. That's going to be a rock fight. Two teams that play defense and don't do anything exceptional on offense. Providence at Creighton, unfortunate injury to my boy Bryce Hopkins, and we're going to back Creighton here. I appreciate Josh for giving me the platform.
Sure.
Thank you for jumping on the show to introduce me a little bit. You can follow me on Twitter for more official picks throughout the day. This is just 4 picks. We didn't even make it past 2 o'clock. There will be games tipping off past 10 p.m. I also have a Discord where I do blogs. I share all my Google Docs for tracking all of my bets. I'm a soccer handicapper as well. I do baseball in the spring. So yeah, we got a good community. Feel free to.
We're gonna get that in the description too. The link to the Discord too, so you can check in on that and stuff. And yeah, whenever you're doing, giving some deals to people or whatever and stuff like that, we'll make it clear on here too. So people can jump in there.
Yeah. And coming on the next video, I'll be sure to include, much like Josh does, free research tools, places to find different things like this.
Dope.
But anyway, thank you so much for having me. That's it. That's college basketball with Burr Oaks. I'm going to have to come up with a better exit hook.
Yeah, we'll figure it out. We'll figure it out from there. For now, that's college basketball with Burr Oaks kind of slaps. So I'm with it.
Cool.
All right, y'all.